report. Now, away from Kisumu County, let's get back to Nairobi County, where the Open Society Initiative for Eastern Africa is this morning releasing a report on free and safe movement in East Africa. The event is currently underway here in Nairobi. Let's cross over and listen in.
The key areas that are promoted by the liberals, represented by people like the Open Society and all others who are engaged in migration discourse. So this group has a very positive view of migration, which should be supported and actually encouraged. On the contrary, the realists, which are represented by state organs and government organs, they see migration as a threat to national security and a source of socio-economic, political turmoil and instability. And that is why you see a lot of running around in the United States. Many politicians ride on anti-immigrant sentiments to get elected into political office, not only in the United States, but also in the United Kingdom, in France, and many other countries. I'm told, even I think, not I'm told, but the Brexit migration is at the root of the debate on Brexit. So those are states, they are mercantilists. They see migration as a threat. The structuralists see migration as full of exploitation of the periphery by the center. When they see skilled manpower going abroad, people who have been educated at the expense of government meager resources from Africa, going to Europe, they see this as exploitation of the developing countries. And because most of those countries have not established training institutions here to train the kind of manpower they want. They come and get the people who have been trained by parents who are just training. Education in Kenya is the responsibility of parents. Most countries out there, education is the responsibility of the government, from primary to university level. So then they come and get the most educated, the doctors, nurses, and so that is how the structuralists would want to see. But in Kenya, we take a balanced stand of those three theoretical perspectives. We have taken that balanced and pragmatic approach to migration governance. We uphold the fundamental rights and freedoms, including the free movement of persons, goods, services, and the right of establishment in this country. Over the last 2 decades, Kenya has actively participated in regional integration through various regional trading arrangements, including the EAC, COMESA, IGAD, and the tripartite free trade area, and the African Continental Free Trade Area. Kenya is also a member of bilateral multilateral trade arrangements with a number of countries in the continent and from outside Africa. The government is fully committed to promoting regional integration through streamlining migration in national development agenda. The establishment of the Ministry of EAC, East Africa Community, and Regional Development to coordinate Kenya's participation in EAC integration process pursuant to Article 8(3)(a) of the Treaty for the establishment of the EAC reaffirms the government commitment on reintegration. Distinguished delegates, regional integration is of great importance in stimulating economic growth and promoting trade by expanding markets. Additionally, Shared investment, including infrastructure, lower the cost of doing business among member states in the region. Through the Common Market Protocol, we have experienced increased flow of foreign direct investment and enhanced regional peace and security. This is because linked economies create interdependencies, which reduces the potential for conflict to escalate. The government's effort to promote integration by opening up territorial access to migrants is evidence of our position and commitment. And to this end, the Department of Immigration Services is developing a national migration policy. Actually, with the first draft of Kenya National Migration Policy was out in January this year, and only a few preliminary issues are remaining for it to be put on the adoption process. And I want to say that by the beginning of next year, the official national migration policy will be out. And this policy was not done by the Department of Immigration alone. As stakeholders within the framework of the National Coordination Mechanism sat together, and this included government agencies, departments, and ministries, the private sector, the civil society, the academia, faith-based organizations, among others. We take a whole of government and a whole of society approach to migration governance in this region. So that policy will be out and will be shared with stakeholders. The department is modernizing the processing and issuance of visas, passes, permits for foreign investors